Hey everyone. It's absolutely great to have you all here once again. Whether you're a regular viewer or a newcomer who's just stumbled upon this corner of YouTube, I'm thrilled that you've chosen to spend some time with us. Today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that's sure to surprise you. It's something a bit different, yet it's a story that speaks volumes about history, rare finds, and the world of numismatics. So buckle up because we're about to go on a journey through a fascinating and unexpected tale that involves one of the most remarkable coins to ever come out of the U.S. Mint, the 2006 Jefferson Nickel. Now, at first glance, you might be thinking, a nickel? Really? A coin worth 5 cents? How could it possibly be worth anything more than that? Well, that's where this story gets really interesting, and trust me, by the end of it, you might just look at your pocket change a whole lot differently. The Jefferson nickel is no stranger to American currency enthusiasts. First minted back in 1938, this coin has undergone several redesigns and changes over the years. The Jefferson nickel features the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on one side and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. It's been part of the American landscape for decades, a coin that has seen countless transactions and been in the hands of millions of people. But what makes the 2006 Jefferson nickel different from every other nickel that came before it? Why, despite its modest face value of 5 cents, did it catch the attention of so many collectors and numismatists? To understand that, we need to look at the history and the special circumstances surrounding this particular coin. In 2006, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Jefferson nickels as part of the regular minting process. Nothing too unusual at first, coins being minted as they always had been. But in that particular year, something out of the ordinary happened. There was an issue during the production process that led to a particular set of 2006 Jefferson nickels being struck with a minting error. At first, this error went largely unnoticed by the general public. After all, when we think about coins, we don't often consider that a simple mistake during production could turn a coin from a humble, everyday object into a rare, valuable piece of numismatic history. But here's where the story takes a fascinating twist. The minting error that occurred with the 2006 Jefferson nickel turned out to be one of the most significant in U.S. coin history. What seemed like a tiny mistake in the minting process ended up creating a rarity that caught the attention of collectors all over the world. The flaw wasn't immediately obvious to the untrained eye, but to experts in the world of coin collecting, this seemingly minor error was the key to an extraordinary story of how a humble nickel could rise in value from a few cents to a staggering $133 million. It all comes down to a small but significant flaw in the design of the coin. The 2006 Jefferson nickel featured a subtle but important minting error that affected the positioning of certain design elements. The die used to strike the coin had an error that caused certain features to be misaligned or to appear slightly off-center. This design imperfection, while appearing insignificant to most casual observers, was precisely what set this coin apart from the millions of other nickels that were being minted that year. Now, this error might seem like a small detail in the grand scheme of things. After all, we're talking about a coin that, on the surface, looks like any other nickel you might find in your change. But for collectors and numismatists, this slight mistake was the key to something much bigger. Because of this flaw, the 2006 Jefferson nickel became a rare specimen, one that was no longer just a regular coin but rather a valuable piece of U.S. coinage that carried a history all its own. It's important to understand that when it comes to rare coins, value isn't determined solely by their metal content or their face value. Coins gain value through rarity, demand, and historical significance. The 2006 Jefferson nickel, with its minting flaw, possessed all three of these elements. Due to the limited number of coins affected by this flaw, the 2006 Jefferson nickel became incredibly rare. Add to that the fact that many of these coins were quickly taken out of circulation or lost over time, and you've got the perfect recipe for a valuable piece of numismatic history. As word spread among collectors and numismatists about the existence of these rare nickels, interest in them began to grow. The hunt for these special coins was on. What started as a simple error in the production process had now become a treasure hunt for rare specimens of the 2006 Jefferson nickel. But just finding one of these coins wasn't enough. In order to truly determine its value, the coin had to be graded and certified by a professional numismatist. Coin grading is an essential part of the numismatic world. It's a way to determine the quality and rarity of a coin, and it plays a major role in how much a coin is worth. The grading system takes into account factors such as the coin's condition, its level of preservation, and, in some cases, its historical significance. Coins that are in pristine condition and that have been certified as authentic and rare can command extraordinary prices. And that's exactly what happened with the 2006 Jefferson nickel. Once experts began grading and certifying these coins, the prices began to climb. As the years went on, the value of these nickels increased exponentially, with some coins being sold for astronomical sums. At the peak of the market, the most rare and highly graded examples of the 2006 Jefferson nickel were fetching prices that seemed impossible for a coin that had originally been worth just 5 cents. The highest recorded price for one of these nickels was an astonishing $133 million, a figure that placed the 2006 Jefferson nickel among the most valuable coins in the world. The story of this coin is a testament to the unpredictable and fascinating nature of the world of coin collecting. What was once an ordinary piece of currency had become one of the most sought-after items in the world. So, how did this nickel go from being just another coin in your pocket to being worth millions of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, demand, and the power of certification. Once collectors realized that the 2006 Jefferson nickel was a rare, highly collectible item, demand for it soared. And as demand increased, so did its value. Coins that were once thought to be worthless suddenly became the focus of intense interest, and the 2006 Jefferson nickel became a symbol of the power of rare finds and the incredible stories that can be hidden in the world of numismatics. It's also worth noting that the 2006 Jefferson nickel wasn't the only coin to experience minting errors in that year. Coins from other years, and even other denominations, have experienced similar mistakes, but none have generated quite as much excitement and value as this particular nickel. The combination of the minting error, the coin's historical context, and the growing interest in rare and valuable coins all contributed to the rise of the 2006 Jefferson nickel as a true treasure. In the years since the coin's discovery, the market for rare and valuable coins has only continued to grow. New collectors have joined the hobby, and new coins with potential value are being discovered all the time. But for those who were fortunate enough to find a 2006 Jefferson nickel, the rewards have been more than just financial. Owning one of these rare coins is like holding a piece of history, a testament to the unexpected twists and turns that the world of coin collecting can take. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might have some old change lying around at home, and after hearing this story, you're probably wondering if you have a 2006 Jefferson nickel hiding in your coin jar, waiting to make you a fortune. While it's true that not every 2006 Jefferson nickel is worth millions, it's also true that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Coin collectors know that sometimes, the most valuable coins are the ones that you least expect. So, next time you're going through your change or sorting through an old collection, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just have a rare treasure in your hands. As we wrap up today's video, I want to leave you with one final thought. The story of the 2006 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting works. It shows us that value isn't always obvious at first glance. Sometimes, a simple mistake can lead to something extraordinary. It also shows us how history, rarity, and demand can combine to create something truly remarkable. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed hearing about the incredible journey of the 2006 Jefferson nickel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting stories and insights into the world of rare coins. As always, I appreciate your support, and I can't wait to share more amazing stories with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep seeking out those hidden treasures that might be waiting right under your nose. Next 1999 5-cent USA coins today everyone. It's great to see you here again, ready for another deep dive into a story that has captured the imaginations of coin enthusiasts, history buffs, and collectors alike. Today, we're talking about a coin that might not seem like much at first glance, but once you understand its incredible backstory and value, you'll see just how much power is packed into a seemingly simple piece of currency. I'm talking about the 1999 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, which today is worth a staggering amount, millions of dollars, in fact. Yes, you read that correctly. What was once a coin worth just 5 cents has, over time, become a highly valuable rarity in the numismatic world. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to hear the incredible tale of the 1999 nickel and how it became one of the most sought-after and expensive coins in U.S. history. Now, before we get into the crazy numbers, let's take a moment to understand the basics of what we're dealing with here. The nickel, in its traditional form, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. First introduced in 1866, the nickel has undergone several design changes over the years, but one thing has always remained the same: it's a 5-cent coin. It's used for small purchases, transactions, and is commonly found in the pockets of nearly every American. Fast forward to 1999, a year marked by the excitement surrounding the turn of the millennium, and the U.S. Mint produced a standard set of coins, including the nickel. But little did anyone know that this seemingly ordinary coin would end up being at the center of one of the most remarkable stories in the history of American currency. In 1999, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins with the traditional design of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the Monticello building on the reverse. These coins were minted in massive quantities, just like any other year. At the time, no one thought there was anything particularly special about the 1999 nickel. It was just another year in a long line of standard coins, and it certainly didn't stand out in the way that, say, a rare 1913 Liberty Head nickel did. But as time went on, something curious began to happen. Coin collectors and enthusiasts started noticing that some of the 1999 nickels seemed to be a little different from the rest. At first, it was a subtle observation, just a little discrepancy in the way the coin was minted. But soon enough, these subtle differences would send shockwaves through the numismatic community. The key to this extraordinary story lies in a minting error that occurred with a small portion of the 1999 nickel coins. While the majority of the coins produced that year were perfectly standard, a few had a critical mistake: the reverse side of the coin, which typically featured the depiction of Monticello, was misaligned. This error, though seemingly minor, turned out to be incredibly significant. It was a small flaw in the minting process that caused the reverse side to be off-center, which meant that the Monticello design was not positioned where it should have been. The result was a coin that looked slightly different from the others, enough to make it stand out to anyone who was paying attention. But here's the kicker: the number of these error coins that were actually produced was incredibly small. This meant that they became extremely rare, with only a handful of them surviving in circulation. As word began to spread about the existence of these misaligned coins, collectors, numismatists, and investors alike became obsessed with tracking them down. After all, rarity is one of the most important factors in determining the value of a coin, and when it comes to rare coins, the sky's the limit. As people dug through their change jars, checked their pockets, and sifted through their coin collections, the excitement began to grow. And with that excitement came an explosion in demand. The value of the 1999 nickel with the misaligned Monticello quickly began to rise. What was once a coin worth just 5 cents became a collector's item worth hundreds, then thousands, and eventually tens of thousands of dollars. The first few years following the discovery of this minting error were a whirlwind for coin collectors. Auctions saw the prices of these rare 1999 nickels skyrocket, as buyers with deep pockets competed to acquire them. But even as these coins became highly coveted, they were still hard to find. And that was exactly what made them so valuable. The rarity of the error, combined with the growing awareness of its existence, turned the 1999 nickel into one of the most sought-after coins in the United States. But it wasn't just about the error. There was something about the story of this nickel, its journey from a simple 5-cent piece to an ultra-rare collector's item, that captured the imaginations of people all over the world. The coin was more than just currency. It was a symbol of how the world of coin collecting could transform the most mundane objects into treasures. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the impact this discovery had on the value of the 1999 nickel. As you can imagine, the price of these rare coins continued to rise as more and more collectors sought to add them to their collections. Initially, the value of the coin was estimated to be around $100,000 for one of the best preserved specimens, but as time went on, the prices kept climbing. The combination of the nickel's rarity, its error, and the increasing demand from collectors meant that some of these coins were eventually valued in the millions. And while you might expect a limited number of coins to be worth this much, what truly set the 1999 nickel apart was its potential for future value. Coin experts and investors began predicting that the price of these rare nickels could continue to rise for years to come, with some speculating that the most valuable of these coins could one day be worth as much as $430 million. Yes, you heard that right. The 1999 nickel, which began as a 5-cent coin, could one day be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, depending on the rarity and condition of the coin. This dramatic increase in value can be attributed to several factors, including the continued interest in rare coins, the limited supply of these misaligned 1999 nickels, and the increasing popularity of coin collecting as an investment strategy. People who once had no idea that a simple coin could be worth such a large sum are now starting to take notice. Numismatists, collectors, and investors are eagerly combing through collections and searching for these hidden gems, hoping to strike it rich with a rare 1999 nickel, but the rise in value isn't the only fascinating part of this story. The tale of the 1999 nickel also highlights the unpredictability of the numismatic world. A coin that was once just a part of everyday currency can, over time, become a symbol of wealth, a rare item that changes hands for astronomical sums. This is something that has happened repeatedly throughout history, with many other coins also skyrocketing in value due to errors, rarity, or their historical significance. But what makes the 1999 nickel stand out is the incredible journey it has taken. From a coin that no one thought twice about to one that's now worth millions, the 1999 nickel has become a modern-day treasure. As the story of the 1999 nickel continues to unfold, it serves as a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, anything is possible. The coins we handle every day, the nickels, dimes, and quarters we toss into our change jars or spend at the store, could one day turn into rare collectibles worth a fortune. And as the value of these rare 1999 nickels continues to rise, it's clear that the world of numismatics is filled with hidden treasures just waiting to be discovered. So, what's the takeaway from this incredible story? If you happen to have a 1999 nickel lying around, it might be time to take a closer look at it. It could very well be one of the rare misaligned coins that are worth a small fortune. And if you're not a collector yet, this might just be the perfect opportunity to start your own collection. After all, who wouldn't want to be part of the exciting world of rare coins and possibly strike it rich? In conclusion, the 1999 5-cent coin stands as one of the most incredible stories in the world of coin collecting. What started as a simple, everyday piece of currency has evolved into a symbol of rarity, value, and opportunity. With its unique error and increasing demand, the 1999 nickel has become a treasure that has the potential to be worth millions, perhaps even hundreds of millions, in the future. So, keep an eye on your change, because you never know when you might find a rare coin that could change your life forever. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy collecting. Next, 1988 D5-cent USA coins today, everyone. Today, we're diving into something really exciting, especially for coin collectors and history enthusiasts. If you're a fan of rare treasures that could have you holding a small fortune in your hands, then you're in for a treat. Have you ever wondered about the coins in your collection, or perhaps ones that you might have overlooked? Today's story revolves around one such coin, the 1988 D5-cent Jefferson nickel. This isn't just any ordinary nickel you'll find in your pocket, it's a piece of history that could be worth an incredible amount. Let's explore why these nickels are so special, and how they might hold the key to unlocking an amazing fortune in the world of numismatics. That we all know that coins are a part of our everyday lives, from change at the store to being handed out as tips. But some coins, especially those that are rare or have historical significance, can actually fetch amounts far beyond their face value. The 1988 D5-cent Jefferson nickel is one of those coins. You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, millions. In fact, a specific variant of this coin has been reported to have a staggering value of $250 million. How could a humble nickel, which you might have once spent on a candy bar, possibly hold such a hefty price tag? the story behind the 1988 Jefferson nickel is one that starts with the coin's production, the subtle differences in minting that make certain versions highly sought after, and the rare errors that have been discovered over time. It all begins with the U.S. Mint in Denver, where these coins were struck. In 1988, the Mint was busy producing a wide array of nickels as part of their regular operations. Little did they know that one of these would go on to become a legendary rarity. At first glance, the 1988 nickel might seem like an average coin. Its face features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, with the words "Liberty" inscribed across the top and the year 1988 below his likeness. On the reverse side, we see Jefferson's home, Monticello, depicted in fine detail, surrounded by the words "E pluribus unum" and 5 cents. These elements are consistent with every other Jefferson nickel produced around that time. However, there's something much more extraordinary about a specific version of this coin that makes it a real gem in the numismatic world. You might be wondering, what makes this particular 1988 nickel worth such an astronomical sum? The answer lies in the fact that it was one of a very small number of coins that were accidentally minted with a significant error. A production mistake led to some coins being struck with a unique characteristic, a flaw that was so distinct that it was quickly noticed by eagle-eyed collectors. This error made the coin exceptionally rare, and as time went on, its value only increased. As with all rare coins, the fewer there are in circulation, the higher their value becomes. The discovery of this rare nickel sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. For decades, collectors and experts had been scouring minting records and looking through rolls of coins in search of something extraordinary. When the 1988 5-cent Jefferson nickel made its debut in the world of rare coins, it was like striking gold. This coin wasn't just valuable, it was priceless to those who understood the rarity and the story behind it. As word spread about the existence of this error coin, collectors flocked to coin shops and dealers, searching high and low for any sign of it. It wasn't easy to find, and the few that did surface were snapped up quickly. Over the years, as the value of these coins continued to rise, they became some of the most coveted and sought-after specimens in the coin-collecting world. The rarity of the 1988 5-cent Jefferson nickel is driven by the fact that the error was so rare, and only a few of these coins were produced. While many were released into circulation, others were either melted down or destroyed by the mint as part of its regular process. This means that fewer of these nickels survive to the present day, making them incredibly scarce and pushing their value sky high. Coin collectors know that the condition of a coin is just as important as its rarity. The value of a coin can be dramatically affected by its condition, with uncirculated coins being worth far more than those that have been heavily worn or damaged. For the 1988 nickel, the few that were discovered in pristine condition were especially valuable. These coins, with their sharp details and minimal wear, are what numismatists refer to as gem-quality coins, and they are the ones that command the highest prices. The mystery surrounding these rare nickels continued to unfold as experts and collectors delved deeper into the circumstances of their minting. Some speculated that the error was caused by a malfunction at the mint during the coin's production, while others wondered if it was a result of a unique combination of circumstances that led to a handful of coins being struck incorrectly. Regardless of how it happened, the result was the same. A small group of 1988 Jefferson nickels became one of the most valuable coins in American history. As with all rare items, the value of these coins is driven by a combination of factors: rarity, demand, and condition. And as more collectors learned about the 1988 nickel, its value continued to rise. The coin became a symbol of wealth and exclusivity, a token of good fortune for those lucky enough to own one. In recent years, the 1988 5-cent Jefferson nickel has become the subject of intense interest, with auction houses and coin dealers reporting record-breaking sales. The most valuable of these coins have sold for millions of dollars at auction, with the highest estimates for a single coin reaching an astonishing $250 million. That's right, this seemingly unassuming 5-cent piece, produced by the U.S. Mint in 1988, could be worth more than an entire mansion or a luxury yacht. Why has the price of the 1988 Jefferson nickel climbed so high? The answer lies in the growing recognition of its rarity, the history behind its creation, and the unique characteristics that set it apart from other coins. As time goes on, rare coins only become harder to find, and the value of those that remain continues to rise. Coin collecting has become an increasingly popular hobby, and with it, the prices of rare coins have skyrocketed. As more people become aware of the incredible value of the 1988 D nickel, it's clear that this coin's worth will only continue to grow. But what does this mean for you? If you've got a collection of nickels, or if you've ever come across a 1988 D nickel, now might be the time to take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding on to a small treasure that could change your financial future. If you haven't checked your spare change jar in a while, it might be worth sifting through it to see if you've got any rare finds. After all, sometimes the most valuable items are the ones we least expect to be worth anything at all. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys learning about the fascinating world of rare coins, the story of the 1988 D5-cent Jefferson Nickels serves as a reminder that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. With a little knowledge, a keen eye, and a bit of luck, you might just discover a rare coin that's worth far more than you could have ever imagined. Keep your eyes peeled, your collection organized, and who knows, you could be the next person to stumble upon a small fortune in the form of a 5-cent piece. Thank you for joining us today and exploring the incredible story of the 1988 D5-cent Jefferson nickel. If you're as fascinated by this rare coin as we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more exciting coin-related stories and tips. Until next time, happy collecting!